Hey y'all, this is David. I apologize for our website being down. To try to make up for it and review what looks like a pretty low risk severe weather threat tomorrow, I'm going to try kind of like a video blog. Here's our radar right now at 7 p.m. tonight. All this rain is moving off towards West Virginia. The culprit tomorrow for severe storms will be the surface low pressure that's going to move out this way. And as that happens, this nice little warm front's going to move in and moisten up our atmosphere and try to set the stage for some severe weather. The National Weather Service has got grids, and we talk about these grids sometimes, and it pretty much lays out what they think is going to happen the next 7 days. And as you can tell, we've got some 58 as when we wake up tomorrow, 69 as a high, 52 Wednesday morning, 64 on Wednesday afternoon, and then of course cold front finally starts to work its cold air through. We run 33, 43, 27 from Thursday morning, afternoon, and Friday morning, and then we'll warm back up again in the weekend and have a chance of more rain. So that's kind of what we're doing over the next 7 days. Here's just for tomorrow, high of 69, 90% chance of thunderstorms and or rain, and that's what I want to talk about. That's why I'm doing this. Here's the high resolution rapid refresh model, the HRRR. We talk about it all the time. At 6 a.m., it looks like a line of what we call elevated storms will be showing up around here. Here's Nashville, here's Williamson County. And they don't really move much. By 7 a.m., they're just kind of lingering out, maybe a little bit closer. By 8 a.m., maybe a little bit of light rain, some of it heavy at times probably. But the heavier stuff will be out here towards the Mississippi River near the Missouri Boot Heel. If you go forward to 9 a.m., it actually looks like the model wants to retract it a little bit, which would not be surprising as you still got heavy storms working out here in West Tennessee. Then by 10 a.m., they start to close in on us. And then by 11 a.m. is when they should all be through here, and not through, but finally pushing through and causing us problems. You can see you got some reds and purples indicating heavier updrafts and higher rain content in those storms. So around lunchtime, you should expect some thunderstorms. But are we really worried about these? Well, not really. By 11 a.m., the storm food, the convective available potential energy, which is CAPE or CAPE, which is the ability of a storm to eat. All the good storm food will be out here, really on the west side of the Mississippi River, where we've got very, very low instability values. CAPE and instability are a little bit synonymous in the 300 range. That's not really enough to cause any real severe weather concerns. Again, probably hail or gusty winds would be the most likely storm mode here. And even before these storms come, the winds out of the south are going to be pretty strong, probably blowing 20, 30 miles an hour even at times, gusting maybe even higher, so expect that. But inside the storms, it'll be difficult for them to do much without the requisite amount of CAPE. Here's another parameter called the significant tornado parameter that talks about a lot of other things that's built inside of it. And the only reason I'm showing this is because I don't think there'll be a significant tornado, but all the energy as the storms are arriving here in Nashville and Williamson County, all the really good storm ingredients will be stuck out here along the Mississippi River. Of course, that was just the HRRR model. The NAM3 model generally lays it out differently, but agrees with the timing. Around noon, 11 a.m. or so, we should have these storms. And of course, this is Williamson County. Here's Davidson County. And then we start to get really technical. One of the reasons why we're not really too worried about this is the forecast sounding, which is the red line's a graph of the temperature, the green line's a graph of the dew point. And inside here, we can get an idea of what the model thinks will happen. The reason I circled this is evidence for us that the storms will be elevated. If you don't have a surface-based storm, it can't get too strong, but you can still get hail, and you can still get some good downdraft, downburst winds with that too. If you do go forward several hours, I want to point this out. If you go forward to 6 p.m. tomorrow, all the storms are out this way. But a slide, there's nothing to lift. There's no storm. The really good storm ingredients will be there, but there won't be any storms to lift. You got pretty good CAPE at 500. You've got not great, but okay shear. You've got some nice dry air aloft here, and low LCL levels, all kind of things you look for in a severe event. But if I go up to rotate or anything, And then switch models again. Same kind of a story, the GFS model. Yeah, I mean, there'll be some stuff around, but this even causes a possible hazard type marginal severe. I think this is really kind of the best way to describe this event. You got very little cape. You got a little bit of shear. You got really low LCL levels. Could that cause some hail or some damaging winds? Yeah, probably. And again, GFS is the one thing that's causing a lot of uncertainty. One of the big questions is what happens at 4 o'clock? Are storms going to redevelop out here in West Tennessee and come into where this little red crosshairs is? Yeah, maybe. And if that happens, there's still some pretty good cape, some pretty low LCLs, some decent shear. We could have some big storms here, but one of the things I don't like about this sounding is the lifted index is -2. You usually want that to be much lower than that. But could you get a little spin up tornado in this situation? Could you get some damaging straight line winds in this situation? Yeah, you could. But again, we're not really sure at 4 p.m. these storms are going to redevelop, so I'm not really worried about it too much. Here's the Storm Prediction Center's latest outlook. There's a slight risk for severe thunderstorms in this general area. And as you can tell, there's a categorical outlook legend here, which, general T storm, then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're a 2 here. And I feel like it's a low end too. Here's the probability grid over that same area. This means there's a 15% chance of a damaging wind or hail or a tornado coming within 25 miles of you. That's what that means. So, and I did this one twice, I'm going to skip ahead, but this is from our Weather Service office. There's pretty high confidence that we're going to have at least a medium risk of damaging winds, but as you can tell, the hail risk is low. The tornado risk is not 0, which would be here, but it's less than what the hail risk is, and it's less than what the damaging wind risk is. And the flash flooding, there's currently no concern for that at all. And to summarize, this is the afternoon forecast discussion from the Weather Service. And basically, this is what we've just been talking about. The forecast soundings indicate that there's going to be a stable layer here at the surface, and all the instability will be aloft. So any severe threat in the morning should be limited to hail or possibly gusty winds. And in the afternoon, there's lower confidence. If there are storms, we might have some pretty big storms in the afternoon. As it says here, a favorable environment for a few severe storms with damaging winds on Tuesday afternoon. However, the cold front will be well to our north. You usually want it closer, so it could really initiate some good storms. It'll be pretty far away tomorrow afternoon. And then the biggest factor is, I know some of the models are picking up on this. We're not even sure if these storms are going to redevelop because there's going to be low-level cloud cover. The surface heating will be difficult to achieve, and without it, it's going to be hard to get this stuff going in the morning. Because of the morning, it'll be hard to get them done in the afternoon. So, as he says here, the risk of severe weather remains with quite low confidence, which I completely agree with. So just keep an eye on it tomorrow. Start checking in as you wake up, and then as you get in towards the lunchtime hour, I would not plan to be out if you want to stay dry. I'm not saying don't go with your regular plans, but just keep it tuned to @NashTriggerWX on Twitter. Turn on your local TV meteorologist, have a NOAA weather radio. If you have any questions, hit us up on Twitter. And thanks for following, you guys. Bye.